What is going on, everybody? I'm just getting stuff set up here, finished yet, but I should be all good to go here. So, we are on the Greenwich Valley map. This map may look familiar to some people if they watch another popular YouTube named Dagwin. This is probably one of my favorite maps I've found so far via Dagwin's channel, of course. But this map in particular, really, it's quite big. Like, it's a big map. If we take a look here at the actual map here, this has a lot of fields. A lot of them are grass fields, but there are still a lot of arable fields that are built into the map as well. This area down here, field 116 to 117, might be familiar to people who watch Dagwin's videos as well. This is where Dagwin's farm is. Over here, right here, is Dennis's farm. And the rest is some probably favorable ones that we all love and know very well. So, today's point of direction to go in is I have this big field here that we're going to cut down, and I like to go ahead and cut this section down as well. But I'm going to cut this section first because I already cut the other side and did a crop in there. I already have gone ahead and put canola in this field here, in this part of it at least. Hold on one second. I forgot to, when I came over into here, to actually open up the Chrome tab with the chat there. So if you come on in, just let me know you're here. Say hello. Let me know you're here. So there's a couple things that I did that I don't think he did on the map, and that was I cleared up all this stuff in here and just kind of, I took the gate out over here, which he had done too. I took that gate there out as well. I did add in a storage container here yet. I thought that was a pretty nice idea just to store some other things. He was storing some modded-in tools in there. However, I decided to use it for seed pallets. I think that works really well for this, just to hold them in there so they're not in the way. In here, of course, we have, since it's a taller shed, I stuck the planter and cultivator in here. The whole point of this is I started off with a good amount of money, got all the medium-sized equipment in the farm, and then we're going to go from there. And I made sure that the money was down to a little bit lower amount than having like $70,000, $80,000 laying around. I got down to about $1,200 here, which is kind of where I want to start around. So, like I said, planter and cultivator. I have a little trailer here for our truck, just to haul like seed pallets and stuff. Works great. I do have a plow for plowing like fields open there, like I did with that one there. I also have, I took all this stuff out of here like he did and put my truck in here instead. I did take hedges out, similar to what he did, just to give me a driving path. I really like the idea of turning this here into another yard. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do here yet. I might take this hedgerow out here or move it back into here more so it's a little more feasible into there. Up here we have, I've gone with mostly a Massey Ferguson build of equipment line here. So we have here the harvester and header, a tipper trailer. We got a smaller loader with bale spike, and we also have a larger, medium-sized Massey Ferguson. I have our rim rower here, our little rake. Got a nice little Holland circle bale, or a round bale, I should say, baler put in place. We have a wrapper here so we can make silage. I also have a tedder back here in case we want to make hay at any point. Hay doesn't really sell for that much of a big price, so unless we get like some animals or something in the future, that might be beneficial. I did get us a sprayer unit in case I put that field in over there if we need to spray stuff, which we more than likely will for weed control. And then, of course, over here I did buy our John Deere pull-behind rotary mower and a big John Deere 7610 to run that big bad old mower there. I really like this combination of equipment for one particular reason, and that is it's not too new of equipment, besides the Massey Ferguson equipment that's really new. I'd love to try to find some older stuff, but this mower and this tractor are older models. They are not the newest brand new models off the ground, off the floor, of the factory there. So what I'd like to do today is just go ahead and cut this down here and maybe cut down the other part, but I think I'm going to cut down this field here first, this section over here, and then we will go ahead and do all the necessary steps to get it into bales and get it into silage bales and then store it. Now, I haven't quite figured out a spot yet for us to have storage for the bales yet, but that'll be figured out in due time. We can figure that out as we go along. I really didn't find a spot before that I really liked to add a barn or just to use as a spot to store our lovely bales in. We're just going to come around here. One thing I learned about when I was putting this field in here was that this field actually, because it's grass, even though it's a grass field, if I start sowing, I thought I had to plow and I had to do all this work to get this ready for me to actually plant in here, and all I had to do was actually just run the sower over it. I was going to replant, but I wanted to be realistic at some point and have it all plowed and cultivated and stuff. I recorded all those videos, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know what? Why have all that content of setting up the farm and doing all that hard work when really that's not what the focus is? It's really focused on the actual playing of the game. But the one thing I'm trying to figure out is how to make this a realistic, without, I guess the word is, taking too long to get to a sustainable point that you don't need to do everything in a slow, painstakingly way of, small equipment, working our way up, things like that. And that's where I came kind of the idea of well, if I start with some older equipment and, that's medium size and stuff, and we start with 1 or 2 fields, which is what I basically gave us here. I gave us 2 nice sized fields. And we do hay and canola and wheat and barley and oat and corn and whatever else we can put in this little section here and keep just growing up. Maybe we can afford to have that field over there one day. Imagine if we owned field 115 there as well, or we just went over and owned 118 or 122 over there yet. That would give us some kind of fields to play with. Besides just these 2 grass fields. And some of that just comes down to how we go from here. I think the way I look at it is if I go ahead and continue to sell some silage bales. The silage bales, I took a load of them in this morning when I was playing, and I made out of the, let's see, I had probably about 12 silage bales. They made me about $34,000, which is not too bad. So figure we get a couple of those trips like that in, 10, 12 of them like that, and make $30,000 or so. And you make it a couple times. You're up to $100,000, which means you could maybe afford another field, and then you can, and if you're really smart, you buy the field right after somebody's already planted it. It's ready to be harvested soon. And you catch it, because that would be, we had no money invested into the field, and you're just buying the field and you're selling it right off the bat to go ahead and make some profit again. Even though you really spent your money to buy the field, you're buying the crop with it, which will make some of our money back right away and make it seem like we're doing pretty well. Okay. Having a little bit of jumpiness to the video, at least on my end. I don't know if it's because it's streaming at the same time. I've had some issues here and there with it. But if it starts getting too bad, let me know in the comments there, and I'll try to take a look at it. I've been trying to play with it and see why it does that, but there are some days where it just doesn't like to do that. I think what we need to do before we get too far here is we probably should go and put a herbicide coating on that there to get rid of our weeds pretty soon. That'd probably be a good investment for us to quickly do, just to get rid of the weeds that are forming. I'm going to come up here in the center and try to split this out. This helps to get everything kind of cut a little faster. Okay, go ahead and make sure I turn my mic down a little bit there. Point it down at me more. There we go. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Hope everybody's staying safe, that their families are healthy. Been pretty fortunate here, nothing to complain about yet. Hopefully it will stay that way. I think if anything that I could say, I would say I think we're all getting bored. At least in my case I am. I'm working and I'm still bored. I was doing school and I was doing work. And now I'm just doing work. And I'm finding I'm getting myself pretty bored. Because I don't have as much to do. Because work only takes up so much of your day, and then after a while you're just like, yeah, you know, I got all my work done that I really should get done today. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see how far we can get in this stream. I'm thinking about an hour and a half stream or so, maybe an hour stream, something like that. Just something to get out there tonight. Trying to build this channel back up. I have a good amount of subscribers that I had at one point, and I'm just trying to rebuild up my my viewership here. Give me something to do here. Like I said, I think we're only going to cut this field today. Maybe, depending on time, maybe we'll do a little bit of the field over there. But I think if we cut this field and we windrow it in and bale it and pick it all up and stuff, I think, and we're going to end up spraying that field yet today. I think that'll basically eat up most of our time today. Hopefully everything will go excellently. I shouldn't say excellently. Hopefully everything will go smoothly, and we won't have any issues, or too many issues at least, to deal with. I'm seeing a little bit of choppiness in the tractor moving, but I'm still seeing a good amount of frames coming in. So I think it's just that I have so many previews of this video pulled up. I have the actual YouTube page. It looks pretty smooth on there. So maybe it's just me. But okay. So that finishes that part up there. So we'll come around here and we'll go grab our tedder. Windrower. We don't need our tedder. Or our windrower. So we'll get our mower just put here for now, because I have a feeling we might get a little time to actually cut a little bit of that field today, based on what was taking me earlier today to windrow, bale, and pick up. We'll see. We just need to spin up around here. There we go. Now we just need to windrow everything into the center here. Get some nice rows going on for the bale. For the baler to pick up. There we go. I was thinking the other day, good thing tomorrow is Friday. Be a nice long weekend as well. I don't have work on Monday, which is not a bad thing, but also kind of a bad thing because I don't have anything to do then. Because normally we'd be having a not 4th of July, Memorial Day picnic. And there's none of that happening this year with the quarantine. Which kind of makes me sad because I'm used to seeing all my family on Memorial Day and 4th of July and Labor Day and all the other holidays that we have. Just seems odd that we will be spending yet again another holiday in quarantine. This will be our second holiday in quarantine, which is kind of hard to believe considering it doesn't feel like we've been in quarantine that long. But if you actually think about it, we've actually been in quarantine for 3 holidays, if you count St. Patty's really. And depending where you are, like what country you're in, you might have been in quarantine in February yet. I'm from the U.S. and I'm in Pennsylvania. We weren't in quarantine to second or third week of March. We got told to stay home from school and don't come back to the college. You know, and if you had to, come back on these dates and get your stuff that you need, and you had to sign in and schedule a time to come, and it was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. But I get why. Definitely makes sense why, but I get the concern. I miss all my friends, and luckily we have technology to stay in touch and play games together still, and kind of hang out and stuff virtually, but it's just not the same, not there to make fun of each other. Stretch this out here. There we go. Nailing these corners now. It's not doing so hot at the beginning there. If you're just joining me here on the stream, make sure you drop a hello in the chat. Let me know that you're here, so I can give you a good old shout out and say hello to you. Hoping that everybody's having a good day. Kind of regretting not bringing myself a drink up here before I started. Might take an intermission at some point, maybe, and get up and stretch and get myself a drink and come back. But yeah, I think if we get this cleaned up here and get this rolling into bales, we can pick it up. And I think we're gonna roll them all right into all of them right into silage bales, and we'll make a stack somewhere. Silage bales can sit outside, so maybe we'll just make a stack along the wall over there in the hedgerow or something, just to have some stacked up somewhere for us to actually work with. There we go. Come back in here and do this last little swoop in here yet, I believe we're going to have. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And we'll just come out to like this, and we'll just do kind of a swale to the end there. And we'll take this back to the barn as well. I think we're actually going to put this one away versus leaving it out like we did with the mower. There we go. Now for the baler, we'll get our Massey Ferguson out to run. That one runs a little bit nicer on the baler than this one does. I've used both, and Massey Ferguson does a nicer job in my opinion with horsepower wise. This John Deere is a little weird with the power and the gas. It kind of does this weird thing where like you're on the gas and it gets on and off the gas, and it sounds like you're getting on and off the gas all the time, but yet you're still on the gas full speed. So it's a little weird. But we'll just back this in here for now and let this sit in here. Grab our big Massey Ferguson here. And I'll grab the baler. Next, we'll need the we'll get the other Massey Ferguson out, and we'll use it to do our silage bale wraps. There we go. We got our baler running. I'm gonna back up here. Try to get this last of this off the driveway, of course. There we go. I have to remind myself that I actually have to stop and unload the baler. Can't just continue to roll much as I just want to roll. Why is that when I didn't want to try to roll down the hill on us? I was doing bales over in the other field there earlier today, and I had so many bales roll down the hill on me. I think there was actually one down in the hedgerows still that I had to go find that I lost. I just didn't go looking for it quite yet. Almost there to full again. There we go. But yeah, I think also the other thing I'm going to start doing is I have some other games I play besides Farming Simulator. So I might start doing some more streaming on different games. I've been doing a lot of modding in other games lately. I have done a little bit here in Farming Simulator. Not a whole lot. Done some map editing, if anything at all. I've been learning how to do like some editing to the maps, add things in, take things out, things like that. And that's been kind of fun. But I've been into GTA 5 as another program that somebody made. It's called 5M. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it if you play that game. And I've been making a police server, roleplay server for police services. I've been using bits and pieces of other people's, like 5PD, and a couple other ones. I take bits and pieces from each one, combine it in, and try to make some interesting combinations. Because some of them have more options than others, and sometimes I don't like how all of them display things, so I might steal the way they display something in another one. Things like that. I just kind of bits and pieces I borrow from each one and kind of just match them all together to make something that works for my interests, I should say. Like I said, now you know why this doesn't take too long to, of course, bail up. The longest process that we're going to have here is just getting it on the trailer. That'll be our longest part of the process here. Because I am not the fastest at loading them. I can be sometimes. If I'm really on my game, I can nail down getting these in, getting them picked up and onto the trailer. But it depends. Isn't too bad. Now you know why I use this other. I use the Massey Ferguson for this baler. It just seems to work better than the John Deere. I should probably put the John Deere on and just show you what the John Deere did to me. I had a lot of problems with the gas power going off, and it really creates some havoc when you're going around the corners and trying to go up hills and stuff, and it just keeps going in and out of power like that. There we go. Now we just cruise around here, picking up these last couple of little swaths. We're actually doing pretty good here on time. About 30 minutes in or so, streaming. We've only been streaming for about, I want to say, maybe 25 minutes, because there was about 5 minutes, 6 minutes there in the beginning where I wasn't streaming. I was just had my opener there. Oh, I messed that corner up. There we go. Now we'll come around here and clean this up. Finished. There we go. Clean that up. Now we'll swing around here and Try to pick this up here and clean this middle row up just because of the way it fell between the bales. Come around and try to pick this swath up here. Okay, there we go. Another one picked up. Now we'll just keep going around until we get everything picked up here. Okay, so swing around here. Okay, there we go. Just sharp corners here. I should really try to keep these rolling nicely. Okay, and looks like we got this last swath here yet, and I've got little pieces to clean up here. Yeah, and I think we got everything cleaned up. There we go. Well, that's all cleaned up. I'll just go ahead and, oops, I cut a little too hard there. So now we're going to put this up here in the barn. I'm about to do a herbicide treatment to that field over there soon, before it gets too far along. I'm going to leave this baler over here out of the way because we need to get that sprayer out. Awesome. And we'll get this out. Awesome. Now we can roll down here and get these bales all rolled up in the silage bales. Okay. So while that's working, we're going to go ahead and grab any front and back on it. Yeah, okay. We're going to go ahead and put the sprayer tank on this Johnny here. And see if we can get some herbicide put down on the field down there, since we planted that and it looks like it needs that now to keep our weeds away. Wonderful. Now we'll head over this way over to the field. We'll just come down in here and get down here, and we'll open up once we get here. I think this gets pretty wide. And we'll just cruise and get this done here quick. I wanted to. We'll get down to the end here. We'll turn this. We'll turn off the sprayer for a minute, and we'll run over there and move to the next bale up there at least. That way it. Okay. Now go to the next one at least, so we can wrap that one while we do another pass. Okay, there we go. I'll back up here and get ourselves all lined up for another pass. Looks like we'll get about 3 passes through here to get a full spray. Which is not too bad, not too shabby there. To get about 3 passes through and be completed. This will allow us to have a nice, hopefully good canola crop with no weeds. And I did fertilize it, so I'm hoping with the fertilizer and herbicide here, we'll have a really nice turnout on our canola, so that we can make some good money out of our canola crop. Because canola is a good, valuable crop. And definitely will make you some money if you produce it well. Wonderful, there we go. Barely used any of our tank though, which is not a bad thing, I guess. We'll come pick this up. And we'll just drive this up into the yard. We'll park this over here on the side for now, and we'll take care of that later. Getting up to its position again. And now I will move on to the next bale. There we go. That silage bale over there is still rolling away. Oops. We'll go fetch it with this loader quick before it disappears somewhere where I can't find it. Or at least don't notice it for a while. Let's put it that way. Rolling pretty far away. There we go. Now, one of the things I've been doing to help stack these better as we go along, what I've been doing is over here, for example, there's another silage bale, so I'll show you what I've been doing. To load them better on the trailer so they don't roll around and stuff, what I've been finding to do is you grab the bale on the side, okay, from the ends, right? I've been finding if you take this here, grab it from an end, pick it up, and stand it on its ends, right, like that. When I go to, what I can do is I can do the same thing in this one, and then what I can do is I can back up and grab this other one. I like to call them little marshmallows. That's what they remind me of. You can now put this bale right there. Like so. And now, when you go after these, pick them up, they're now in a pair. And you can have better luck on picking them up. So pick this one up here and come back up here and try to get these done. Oh man. Neck's been bugging me today. Okay, there we go. Grab that one, that's rolling away on us. This field's a little more prone to rolls, I guess, because the other field I was doing earlier today, it wasn't, these weren't rolling away as much. So maybe this field's just a little more prone to rolling, have these things go rolling around on us. Because earlier today I was doing this and I had no issues with bales rolling away. They roll up maybe a little bit away, but they wouldn't roll that far away that I'd be like, oh my gosh, they're rolling so far away. set it down right here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Just gonna put that one over here. Then we'll grab this one here and bring it up and out of the way so we can actually flip it. Come right here and put this one down. Swing this one up here like this. There we go. Now I'll flip this one over too. There we go. Come up here. Get this one flipped too. There we go. And again, swing around and get this one flipped over too, and get these in the pile so we can actually pick them up nicely. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to move this one here out of the way. Put this one over there with that one. That one can go right next to this one. And then we'll bring the other one over next to that one, this one over here. So they're next to each other. Wonderful. Now we can just hop in this machine here and get another one wrapped. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bales to wrap. Not too bad. I don't know about everybody else, but I've been sneezing so much because of this pollen level. The pollen levels are out of control lately. I've been sneezing so much. But in the days that it's not so nice out and it's like raining and the pollen levels are like really low, I am perfectly fine. It's just the days that we have lots of pollen out. These are the days that I'm just completely miserable. That field's looking pretty good. It's not too bad looking. Love to see some more of the crop coming in. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna get this one here. Wrap this one up here. Okay, drop that bale down. Is that one gonna go rolling on us? No, that one's gonna stay there pretty nicely. Good. So we got this one here to wrap, and that one there yet. And then we just gotta play pickup game. Won't be too bad. Just gotta do it, right? That one's gonna not roll away. That's good. For some reason, these down here are doing just fine with not rolling away. But the other ones, they were like, I'm gonna roll away on you. Drives me a little nuts sometimes. But if you're joining in the stream, make sure you drop a comment on below and let me know you're here. Love to give you a good old shout out there. Trying to reach, oh no, that one's gonna roll right into that trailer. Oh well. Well, we'll put this one away over here. I don't know if I'm going to put it away. Yeah, I can put it away in the barn. That one goes on that side. So we'll back into there. Ugh. Backing skills are not on point tonight. I know I do pretty good, but sometimes my fingers just don't move fast enough to operate decently. Alright, well we'll take this one, we'll take this Massey over and we'll put it on the bale trailer. And we'll pull the trailer around and load them on up. Before we actually try to load them up, we're going to go ahead and take the inner Massey and flip all of them over and get them in the piles like we did before. And we'll make sure we have everything in there. So move this up to here because we'll more than likely use it up here first. But I want to go ahead and get that in place. Excellent. And then we will... Oops. I'm going to use keys here. See if I can be a little bit better with the loader. Okay. So we'll bring this one down to over to here. Stop right there. Pop this one down right there. Excellent. And then we will pick this one up. Try to put it down right next to the other one there. There we go. And we will bring this over to the other, near this other bale. There we go. That was so good of a flip, though. I was just too close to the other bale. There we go. And now we will swing around and there we go. And we got this last one right over here that's not rolled on its side. And we're gonna go look for that other one quick because there was another one that I missed earlier that it rolled down, and I just had noticed it when I was going through the sides this morning after I had finished picking bales up. There was one that had rolled down into the tree line down here. So we're going to go looking for it because I saw it down here. There it is. I see it. Do you see that white down there? I never even saw it if I didn't look that close. There we go. We found one. It rolled away on us. Never even saw it there. But we'll bring this one up here to this other one here and flip it up and get it next to this other one, and then we'll go up to the top and start loading up the wagon itself and getting it all ready. There we go. Pick it up. too close. Wonderful. Okay, so now we'll come up here and pick up the pear and put it on the trailer. I was doing this earlier and I was getting pretty lucky with them, so I'm going to see if I can get the same progress done I was doing earlier. So we'll just pick these up. And I was finding you could just come over here and get up high enough, get them across the trailer, get them down. Not quite on the trailer far enough. There we go. One pair on there. Now we go grab this other pair and then move the trailer around. Oops. I messed that up. So we'll swing ourselves around here and see if we can get ourselves in position again. Just nice and slow. My next investment in my gaming setup is a steering wheel and pedals. That is my... I might ask for that for Christmas this year. That's a big present, but you know what? That's a pretty cool one. That'd be pretty awesome to have. Especially for as much as I play this game and enjoy it so much. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now I'll move this guy over to here. And we'll grab the next pair and put them on the trailer. Is it really a trailer or is it more of a wagon? I don't know. I guess it could be considered either. There we go. We'll just drive up here and set it down. Oh, couldn't quite get that one there to cooperate on coming off. So we'll have to... There we go. Let's see if we can get this pair picked up. Bring them up here. Just gotta make sure we get ourselves decently centered on the trailer here, so that we can get these on here. Can't get too close to those. There we go. Okay, now we'll grab another pair, bring those up. Okay. See if we can get this pair on. Okay, and then we go. We'll get this pair on the back yet. Get these up on. I'm not worried about getting these up against those other pair because we don't have any more to take up, so it doesn't really matter. The other ones mattered more because I didn't know how much we needed yet in space. But now that we have obviously plenty of space to fit these last four, well, was 4 on, now it's only 2. Don't have to worry about it as much. There we go. Okay. So there we go. On the wagon here, we're going to head over to the barn, which is just on the other side of... I'll try caught on the edge of the hedge here. There we go. It's just on the other side of the shop area. I need to bring up my mini map because I don't quite remember the direction wise. If I get the general direction, I can see which way I need to go, but I need that little mini map to help me along. So I come here, we turn left here, and we follow this road for a little bit. I remember that much. Right there's our shop to pick up any tools or supplies we buy. That's what I really like. I'm really, really close to the shop there to get supplies and pick up loaner equipment if we do end up getting some loaner equipment. Okay, so we come down through here, and we can turn left here at the intersection and take this small alley. There we go. And then we can follow this all the way down. And we'll turn a left up here. And our barn is just up the street here. It's right over here is our selling point. I need to get this into here. Last time I tried going in forward, it doesn't work well, so going in backwards our only option really at this place. But our trailer is a little long for pulling in. I've tried pulling it in, and then you just get yourself in there and you're just all confuddled and trying to get yourself around in there. It's not that easy. My backing skills this evening are not on point, that's for sure. I'm just not on my point here with backing tonight. There we go. Let me back right up into there. So we have currently $1,200. Let's see how many we get out of this harvest here. Well, we're up 23,000, so we got roughly we have now $23,900. So that means we got roughly just a little over $11,000. $11,600, something like that. Not too bad, not too shabby. If I do say myself, I think we did pretty well there. Not a bad deal. I want to check out our canola field yet, and I think that's going to be the end of this stream. I'm going to be doing some streams like this throughout the weekend, once a day, about an hour, stream about a little bit of this episode. So instead of putting all this effort into like editing and uploading and things like that, streaming's just quicker. I can set it all up, get going in a matter of a few minutes, and be live. So make sure, if you guys are watching this video here as a video instead of a live stream, make sure you guys go ahead and turn on those post notifications so you know when I go live. Then you guys will always know when I'm going live next. I try to go on and set a time up, usually about an hour or two in advance, just so you have an idea. But let's see. Okay, here we go. Can we get in here without hitting anything? Awesome. So I'm gonna put everything away and call it quits there for the day. I think we got a good amount done. I mean, we got this whole field here mowed, windrowed, and baled up and put in silage bales for us to sell. We didn't do as well as I did last time as far as money wise. I made a lot more money last time. But that's okay. We'll make up for it. So now we're gonna go clean up our equipment and put it all away in the shed. Make sure everything's put away for the day. Don't want anything sitting out in the terrible weather. Okay, we need to grab our sprayer here and get that over into the shed first before we put the baler in. That has to go in first. And we'll pressure wash our tractors quick. Get those put away. There we go. Okay. We'll back that sprayer into there. This fits nicely right in there. And we'll turn around and put the tank there yet. Wonderful. And no back our baler in there yet, and we are good to go. Okay. There we go. Got our Johnny in here. Now we can put our baler away. Back into there. See, I'll go back so I can do this little baler. This baler is a little difficult to back up. Once you get the habit of it, though, it's not too bad. Okay, there we go. Now we'll squeeze our Massey in here yet. Back it straight in here. There we go. We still have our little Massey yet. We'll take off our loader. We don't need that on for right now. Just need to, don't need it on currently since we're not really doing any bale lifting at the moment. There we go. Yeah, but I think we did a good amount. We got that all harvested, and that's all done. Next project will be to cut this field again over here, which is much larger compared to the other ones. But we will be okay. So what we'll do is we'll back this into here. There we go. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the lovely stream here. Just about around an hour here yet. This here is an animal pen. It's actually a horse pen. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some kind of other animals in here besides horses, maybe sheep or something. That'd be kind of cool. Get some sheep in here. So I really love to get in here some sheep. We'll see what we can get in here. I think any kind of animal would be nice. But yeah, I think it was a good day. Made a little bit of money. Not as much as I like to make, but It's something, right? Well, everybody, I'm going to leave you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you guys like having some kind of roleplay series? What kind of stuff do you guys make more interesting? Having more of a storyline, having some more characters maybe, things like that. Would that make things a little more interesting where we have to interact? Another thing I'm going to think about doing next is trying to figure out whether or not to harvest this field here. It's ready to harvest, but I just cut this earlier today, and I had, well, yesterday I cut it, and I worked on it today yet to finish it up, and it regrew already, so that's already done. This canola's doing okay. It's not too bad. Let's figure out what we're going to do with this canola field. But, alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye for now.